So apparently a fight between Iron Mike Tyson and the last emperor Fedor Emelianenko is in the works. That's right, at fucking 58 years of age and 47 years of age, I believe. Uh, there's like an 11-year or 10-year age gap between these two, and they're actually going to fight. That's right. Apparently, this fight's in the works with Saudi Arabia. I also want to apologize. For some reason, my neighbor is mowing his fucking lawn at 6:07 p.m. I have no idea why. I don't know why he decided to do it at this fucking time. But he is. He's mowing his fucking lawn. But anyway, let's talk about this. So, I'm not quite sure if this is going to be like an exhibition or if this is going to be like a full-on professional boxing match. I would lean towards exhibition. I can't imagine at this point in his career Mike Tyson is going to come back and have a legitimate professional boxing match. I know he did come back and he fought Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition, but you know that is a bit of a different situation to, you know, getting in there and fucking scrapping for like 6 rounds in an actual like full contact boxing match. But if this is like full contact, or like, you know, it's like they bend the rules of this exhibition a little bit so they can actually go hard and they can be like a winner by knockout, I think it gets interesting. Mike Tyson is a beast and all, but he is like fucking, how old is Mike Tyson? He's like 58, right? Like he is fucking old. Like, yeah, he's great and all. He's 57 years old. You know, he's going to be 58 this year, sometime this year. He's fucking old. Like, he is good. And he's very good, obviously. He's a beast, you know. But he's not prime Tyson anymore. Now, Fedor, on the other hand, has not really fought in professional boxing before. Obviously, his style is very boxing heavy. He's got a very Western style of boxing, very traditional boxing, especially MMA boxing wise. And he is 47 years of age himself. So these two, you know, there is an 11-year age gap between these two. Fedor is a much younger man, but his chin, you know, his chin's not really there anymore. But he's obviously still powerful. He only fought as recently as last year, so he's got the activity advantage here. But of course, he did fight in MMA. He wasn't fighting boxing, but his style has always been very boxing heavy. He's very athletic. Obviously, these two are both out of their prime, so I'm not expecting anything magnificent by any means. I'm not expecting some crazy fight or anything like that. But I think this can be like a little entertaining thing, and who knows, maybe they do Mike Tyson versus, what's that fucking guy's name? The crazy fucking guy. He actually fought in the UFC. James Toney. Maybe they do James Toney versus Mike Tyson, or Fedor Emelianenko. Now this is very worrying if this is like full contact, because obviously it gets to a worrying point when a 58-year-old man is going in there and fucking taking brain damage. We've seen Evander Holyfield going in there and get absolutely murked by Vitor Belfort, who was fucking roided to the gills as well. Like, that was a really hard watch. But I do think this will be like a exhibition type match. I don't think Mike Tyson's going to want to go in there and literally go swing fucking haymakers back and forth, especially at his age. Especially because he's much more mellowed out. I know he did have that whole thing where he beat up that guy in the plane who was pestering him. But he is a lot more mellow now. You know, he relaxes a lot more. He takes all these drugs. He does shrooms and everything. Like, he seems very zen right now. Mike Tyson seems very zen. Maybe I have to watch his podcast or something, because I actually haven't watched it for a while, so maybe I'm wrong on that. But he does seem a lot more zen lately. The last few years especially. Seems a lot more mellow, a lot more chilled out. But, I mean, who fucking knows? Maybe he goes down there and just fucking brutally flatline KOs Fedor in one. I would say it's hard to say, because while Mike Tyson was obviously the much better boxer in boxing, he was also very aggressive. He could get tagged, you know. Fedor is more active. He's fought more recently. He's had his career, especially in the last like 10 years. I mean, Mike Tyson hasn't fought at all in the last 10 years outside of an exhibition, while Fedor's been fighting over and over again. He's definitely got the more experience of late. You know, but again, this is all MMA. He wasn't preparing for boxing matches. So it is interesting in a way. Obviously, age is such a big factor in here. I know, like, Mike Tyson, we should just say Mike Tyson wins with ease. But there is always a big thing when it comes to age. Age is a fucking killer. You know, Father Time doesn't wait for no man, as they say. And Father Time, obviously, I mean, Mike Tyson's fucking 58 years old. He's almost 60 years old. Like, that is older than some grandparents. I mean, Mike Tyson's literally a fucking grandfather, for fuck's sake. Like, this is a little worrying, you know? He could go in there and get absolutely smoked. Now, he did look very good. He did look good against Roy Jones Jr., who's also very old. But, you know, Roy Jones Jr. is like, I'm pretty sure he was older than Mike Tyson. I might be wrong on that. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah, so he was a few years younger than Mike. But obviously, Fedor's much younger than Roy Jones Jr. as well. Like, Fedor's actually going to have such a big youth advantage. He could probably go in there with just, you know, relative athleticism that he's got right now. Maybe, you know, put up a good fight in there. I know it's not going to be like a popular opinion or anything, but Fedor can definitely make this interesting. But at the end of the day, this is probably just going to be like a little exhibition where if it goes to a draw, if it goes to a decision, it will be a draw. But if this is like a genuine competitive, you know, matchup where they're trying to knock each other out, Fedor's got a sneaky good chance. People forget, Mike Tyson got KO'd he's so many times in his last few fights. And that was like 20 years ago as well. Like, that is something to factor into this. Mike Tyson got KO'd by that Irish guy, Kevin McBride, got KO'd by Danny Williams, got KO'd by Lennox Lewis. You know, he got KO'd a lot in his career. Evander Holyfield KO'd him, and then Buster Douglas KO'd him. Like, his chin is a bit worrying at times. I mean, well, it's not. I mean, not worrying. You know, Lennox Lewis, one of the greatest of all time, and everything, but he did get KO'd by some journeymen. And then also, like I say, he's fucking old, and he's been KO'd like 20 years ago. Like, multiple times. His chin won't be better at this point. Like, if Fedor goes in there and actually wants to be, like, really aggressive, he could maybe land a big shot. But I do think this is going to be like an exhibition, like I say. If this is like a legitimate boxing match, and if Mike Tyson shows up anywhere near how he did against Roy Jones Jr., I would pick him to win this. But of course, who fucking knows? Like generally, who fucking knows? Like, are they going to be roided up? Maybe Fedor just goes on the fucking juice and he looks like fucking TRT Vitor in there. Who knows? But yeah, this is Saudi Arabia. There was talks that this was actually going to be on the Nugani vs Joshua card, but obviously that's not happening now, so maybe this will make it its own card or something. If that is the case, I'd imagine that this is like a full-fledged fucking professional boxing match. So it'll be interesting. I know he's older and everything, but Mike Tyson, I mean, fuck it, let him fight, I guess. He's old, it is worrying a little bit, but if any man was like meant to die in the cage or ring, and not that I'm saying that will happen, not that I want that to happen, but you know, Mike Tyson is probably that guy. But obviously I'm not saying that should happen. I don't want that to happen, but I'm saying it would be poetic in a way, but I don't think that would happen. I think it would be just a very sad fight, but it would probably be big just to see Mike Tyson in there in a professional boxing match. It'd be weird to see him in there since it has been 21 years or so, or 20 years since he last fought in an actual match. But I would watch it, I'm not gonna lie. I'd watch it, but it is very dangerous. It's never good when like old guys come and take unnecessary brain damage at this point in their lives. But if they're grown-ass men, at the end of the day, they are grown-ass men. I'm not gonna fucking tell them what to do with their lives. Mike Tyson would fucking bite my face off anyway, so I'm just saying it is a bit scary to see these two fight at this point in their lives. I mean, Fedor, at least he's fighting recently. He's not just making a comeback. I know boxing wasn't his profession, but he's still a combat sports athlete. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, he's just been like fucking smoking and chilling and everything like that. But hey, they're going to make a boatload of cash. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to hate on it. They're going to make some cash, and I mean, fuck it. Good on them. Good on them. But it's very worrying, at least. You know, this is going to look like, you know, when the two fucking, like the black guy on the tough old black guy on the street fights the tough old fucking foreign Eastern European guy on the street. You know, when you're like, oh shit, you know, the beef's been building up for years. The tension's been building up for years, but people have like cooler heads have prevailed, and it's just like throws down like you been fucking dog. Like you just fucking. I mean, we don't really have too many Eastern Europeans here. Most of the people in Australia are from like Europe, from like those other European countries like Balkan, but still very similar. Just imagine fucking throwing down his newspaper and fucking he does that to fucking Tyson or whatever. And then this is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like that Eastern European, that crazy Eastern European guy, you know, he's like, shit, you look at him, you what the fuck, has he killed people before? It's like, shit, I don't want to ask him. But he's like cool as a cucumber. And then, you know, you got Mike Tyson, the tough black guy in the street as well. He's just, you know, he just stands on business, you know, he's the only black guy on the street, but he's the toughest fucking guy in the street as well. You're like, shit, man. You know, he's respectful to everyone, but he goes up to you. If you do something to him, he's like, we're not gonna have a problem here, are we? We're not gonna have a fucking problem here, are we, motherfucker? Like, I don't know, I can just... Maybe I'm just creating a weird scenario in my head, I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be like the two fucking badass old guys on the street fighting, like, you know, fighting for some fucking potato salad or something at like a house party, like a fucking neighborhood party or something like that. But maybe I'm wrong, we'll see what happens. But how this fight goes, I just predict this will probably be an exhibition. It'll probably go to a draw, but you know, when more information comes out, or maybe I'll make an actual proper prediction video. But yeah, besides that, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? And how do you have it going? But yeah, that's all I've got to say. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Peace.